Welcome to a quick explanation of the ending of Ancient Evil. A more detailed look will come later in this video on this channel, but this is the basics you need to know to understand the story. There are 4 trials that occur in the first 4 maps of the Chaos storyline. Dead of the Night showed the Sentinel artifact at the end of the first trial, which Scarlet sees after she kills Godfrey. That image leads to Scarlet traveling to Voyage of Despair to recover the Sentinel artifact based off the letter sent from her dad, Alistair Rhodes, before he was kidnapped. Alistair Rhodes is this rich older dude who has made it his mission to save the world for the good of humanity, while the Order tries to save it through underhanded means. We learned in the comic books that the big scary problem deals with this thing called prima materia, which is the black stuff we see in 9. Basically, prima materia creates and destroys matter. It creates the zombies. Worried that prima materia will fall into the wrong hands, Alistair starts a mission to stop an evil group of people called the Order from accomplishing their goals. Back to Voyage. We see this dude from the cult sent to start the Sentinel artifact. This causes our second trial. Voyage happens and our characters succeed again. This time they see the door to the city of Delphi. Our characters hear the voice of this character called Oracle through radios and scrolls inside and throughout Voyage in 9. She is the voice we first heard and hear in the 9 opening too.
You are travelers. You come seeking answers.
Before we get to 9, let's touch on the ending of Voyage. Our man Bruno was killed saving Alistair Rhodes in the comics, but was revived with the Staff of Ra. I'll be honest, this theme seems to be laying around every time a main character dies, but we quickly learn that if someone is revived with the Scepter of Ra, they are controlled by a dark version of themselves and seemingly the Order. Thus, why Godfrey killed everyone in Dead of the Night, and why this weird dude in Voyage starts the ritual in Voyage of Despair. Treyarch released a video on their channel showing how that worked. Cool, great. Now, we see in the opening of 9, our characters have arrived in Delphi, but can't get through the door we saw inside of the vision at the end of Voyage. Oracle tells them to find the key they need to open the door. So, without a second guess, the group goes huffing away on some vapors, traveling back in time to figure out the code for the door. Our team ends up in 9, where they take over the bodies of gladiators of the past. They complete the trial to learn the letters to let them through the door to Delphi in present day, but are axed by the Order in the past. Being killed sends them back to current day, where they enter the code into the door to enter the city. Entering the code allows them into the city of Delphi, where another Sentinel artifact trial has been underway for thousands of years. In the opening cinematic, we get an idea of Oracle's strength because she can hold back the zombies during the trial. We find Oracle shackled to a chair by the zombie warlord because we receive a key from him later on that frees her. Scarlet notices that at least one member of the Order has died in front of Oracle, tipping us off that the Order and her father are here, and something might not be as it seems, on top of Oracle telling us that her dad is trapped. Our characters become aware that they have been led by Oracle through all the trials in order to save her, but they weren't the first, as Scarlet points out when they arrive in Delphi. Staying true to their mission, though, their team agrees to help free Oracle in order to get to Alistair Rhodes. In the Easter egg, we fight a zombified Perseus, son of Zeus, who tamed Pegasus in Greek lore. Completing the trial is left ambiguous because after we defeat Pegasus, we receive a key to unlock Oracle. While Scarlet tends to Oracle, the rest of the group runs downstairs to locate Alistair Rhodes to hopefully help this situation up top. What they find is Alistair and the Order have been turned to stone. Their positions suggest that they were on the same side, but surprised by the real villain. Diego is the first to realize that Oracle has used them from the start. Ricktoffen. The storyline, same thing. But what is even better is both the Order and Alistair were also used by the Oracle to be set free too. Neither side knew they were being used, but thought they were stopping a great evil. Perseus, typically a good guy in Greek lore, was lured in too by Oracle for some reason relating to the trial. Alone with Scarlet, Oracle reveals herself to be Medusa, which was obvious based on the lore in the map. There are radios of Perseus talking about capturing Oracle's sisters. He names them, allowing us to have a quick Google search to let us know that those names belong to the sisters of Medusa. The foreshadowing was spot on in this map, as well as the other Chaos maps. We even see her sisters beheaded, like any Medusa would be, inside the main quest. Zeus' statue has a Medusa head on it to keep the imagery in our head subconsciously every time we buy a perk since the very first map. We have had the symbolism of the big bad guy in front of us since the very start. More importantly, we learn in the cutscene that Scarlet is not a normal person. Quotes in-game have Diego telling Scarlet that she's like anyone he has ever met. Furthermore, that her father never talked about her. She references what her dad used to say about her in this quote. He doesn't know if I was an angel or devil sent from the gods. Medusa further helps confirm fan theories that Scarlet was in fact a demigod or a person of different nature by saying so in the ending, when relating to things Scarlet doesn't know. The story doesn't mention her mother, and Alistair hardly ever talks about Scarlet's existence to anyone else. The theme of know thyself comes up so often that it has been beating hardcore fans on the head with the fact that Scarlet isn't what she seems. It is very possible many of the trials were set up to lure Scarlet to Medusa because Medusa needed information locked inside Scarlet's mind to unlock the Great Library that many believe to be the Great Library of Alexandria. This information will allow Medusa to harness incredible power through the library. Or, because of Scarlet's unknown powers, Medusa found it wasn't worth the effort to try and turn her to stone. We'll find out in the next maps. But what happened to the Order and Alistair Rhodes is unclear. They may have died, or maybe their fate is still unknown, as they disappeared at the end. More importantly, we see Medusa has control over Prima Materia at the end of the cutscene. That's bad news, but doesn't find there to be any threat left in her heroes, so she leaves them be. She casually leaves the area to open the door to the library. Scarlet wasn't turned to stone because Medusa didn't use that power on her. There's 2 different eye indicators that let us know. Maybe that'll be a game mechanic in a future boss fight. Instead, Medusa reads her mind about what has happened in the real world since she was captured, and possibly that theory about having hidden information about the library inside Scarlet's unlocked consciousness. Shaw and Bruno are left unsure with their dark counterparts to help play out in future maps, most likely continuing the Order story angle. If you are confused about Shaw, you missed Bruno killing him in the Easter egg.
Bruno? Bruno!
Bruno turned him into another servant of the Order during the main Easter egg quest, because remember, Bruno is controlled by the Order thanks to dying in the comics, and the ending of Voyage of Despair revealed Dark Bruno to be finally coming through. So now, we have a lot of unknown questions heading into the next map, which I hope isn't 3 years away. Rumors are stirring that there will be more zombies sooner from Treyarch than we expect, based on previous interviews and hints. Speaking of rumors, Scarlet's significance may be pointing toward Pandora's box. Some are even suggesting Scarlet could be Pandora, born with no mother. It would help explain a lot. So there you go, a quick refresher for the foundation of the Chaos storyline. Things have gotten really good. I have left out loads of details that help build up the lore, just for the sake of brevity. Ancient Evil is an incredibly well fleshed out map in Greek lore that climaxes with Medusa being freed. The title of the map comes into a new light. Instead of zombie Perseus being the ancient evil, we can see the true ancient evil was Medusa. Medusa is what everyone was trying to stop, but ended up freeing. Let me know your thoughts on the storyline below. I think having the story told out of order and at the same time as the Ether storyline was wrapping up their run was a huge disservice to the Chaos story. It hurt the pacing, development, and fan care for what is turning out to be a solid new chapter in zombies. I loved playing through Ancient Evil on stream, which you can check out if you need something to watch. You can find them in my Ancient Evil playlist. Be sure to support my videos on Twitch or Patreon along with watching them on YouTube. Any way helps these videos keep being made. Join the theory conversation through my Discord. There's a link in the description where you can meet other fans to discuss zombie theories. Subscribe for videos about video games and other things that are interesting to me and you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my video. I hope the Chaos storyline makes a little more sense, and maybe you're a little excited for the next map. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.